Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue with our lesson 5th, Language of Chemistry. In the previous video, we learned symbols of elements. Now we will study about valency, variable valency, and radicals. Valency. The other name of valency is the combining capacity. The actual definition is the number of electrons shared or exchanged by an atom of an element to become stable is called its valency. In 7th standard, you all have studied about octet rule. Means atoms become stable if they acquire 8 electrons in their last shell. Octet rule states that there should be 8 electrons in the last shell of an atom to become stable. In case of noble gases, they already have 8 electrons in their last shell, so these are stable and non-reactive and their valency is always 0. But other elements has to complete their octet or duplet to become stable. So either by sharing or by exchanging electron they acquire that stable state. Valency is expressed in whole numbers. Valency is most elements ranges from 0 to 4. The valency of hydrogen is 1. In this table is taken from your book only. On page number 52 it is given. The heading is valency of first 20 elements of the periodic table. First 20 elements means periodic table is an arrangement of elements in a particular order. So first 20 elements are these one, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, etc. And their valencies are given in this table. You are supposed to learn these valencies. Here you can see different valencies, beryllium 2, boron 3, etc. One more way we are having to calculate valency. We can learn directly also and we can calculate also. Calculation of valency with the help of electronic configuration. Here you can see I have taken 5 elements: hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium and boron. You can observe in case of hydrogen, the first one is hydrogen. Atomic number of hydrogen is 1. Atomic number is the number of electrons present in an atom. So atomic number of hydrogen is 1. It means electrons present in hydrogen is 1. Its configuration, electronic configuration, EC. The full form of EC is electronic configuration. That will be 1, 0, 0. Electronic configuration is the arrangement of electrons in surrounding of nucleus of an atom. Hydrogen has only 1 electron, so that 1 electron will be accommodated in the first shell only. So valency will be 1. How we can calculate it? In case of hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium and boron, all these 5 elements complete their duplet. Duplet means they will accommodate 2 electrons in the first shell and they will become stable. Hydrogen has only 1 shell and its 1 shell has only 1 electron, so it needs 1 more electron to become stable. So after taking 1 electron it will become stable, so the valency is 1. In case of helium, atomic number is 2, total electrons are 2, configuration will be 2. 0, 0 means in the second shell and third shell 0 electrons will be there, because helium has only 2 electrons and first shell can accommodate 2 electrons. That you can calculate with the help of Bohr-Bury formula, 2n square. With the help of that formula we can calculate number of electrons present in a shell. So first shell can accommodate 2 electrons. So electronic configuration for helium is 2. Valency will be 0 because helium will complete its duplet, which one is already completed. Next is lithium. Atomic number 3. Total electrons are 3. Electronic configuration will be 2 and 1. 2 electrons in the first shell and 1 electron in the second shell. So here valency will be 1. It means the 1 electron which is present in the second shell will be released by the lithium atom, and After that it will have only one shell, and its one first shell is already having 2 electrons, which is completed one, or we can say lithium complete its duplet after releasing one electron. Similarly, in case of beryllium, atomic number 4, total electrons are 4, configuration will be 2, 2, valency will be 2, means those 2 electrons which are present in the second shell will released by the element. In case of boron, atomic number 5, electrons 5, configuration 2, 3, and valency is 3 because it will release these 3 electrons, and the duplet will be complete. Here in this you can see carbon and nitrogen. Carbon onwards elements complete their octet. So atomic number 6. Atomic number is 6 in case of carbon. Total electrons are 6. Electronic configuration will be 2, 4. First shell accommodate 2 electrons, second shell accommodate 4 electrons. Valency will be 4 because to complete octet it needs 4 more electrons. In case of nitrogen, atomic number 7, total electron 7, configuration 2 and 5. Valency will be 3 because last shell is the second one which has 5 electron and 3 more are needed. So valency will be 3. Carbon onwards elements complete their octet. In 7th standard also we have studied about valency. We were having one portion of periodic table. If you are having that 7th standard book, you can see there also. So these are the valencies of elements. We can calculate also. The next topic is variable valency. Some elements have more than one valency, means more than one type of combining capacity. They combine with atoms of other elements in more than one way. एक से ज़्यादा तरह से जुड़ते हैं to form different compounds. These elements are said to have variable valencies. For example, in this you can observe FeCl2 and FeCl3. First one is ferrous chloride and the another one is ferric chloride. In both the compounds, the constituent particles are iron and chlorine only. In the first one atom of chlorine is attached with 2 atoms of chlorine. And in the another one atom of iron is attached with 3 atoms of chlorine. Okay. In the first one, where 2 atoms of chlorine are present, in that case valency of iron is 2, and in case of second one where chlorine atoms are 3, the valency of iron is 3. So iron can show 2 valencies, 2 as well as 3. In case of FeCl2, the name will be ferrous chloride, and FeCl3 have name ferric chloride. The suffix us, OUS, us is used for the compound with lower valency. So FeCl2 named as ferrous chloride, and the suffix ic, IC, is used for the compound with higher valency. So FeCl3 is named as ferric chloride. Here one table is given that is also taken from your book, page number 53. Elements with variable valencies. The first example is copper. It shows 2 valencies with different elements to make different compounds, 1 and 2. For lower valency, name will be cuprous. Suppose if copper will show valency 1 with chlorine or with oxygen or with any other element, then the name will be cuprous. If chlorine is there, cuprous chloride. If oxygen is there, cuprous oxide will be the name. The next column is for symbol Cu, and in the bracket in Roman letter 1 is written over here. This Roman letter represents valency for the copper. For higher valency, cupric oxide, cupric chloride and all. And symbol for cupric will be Cu, in the bracket 2. So these valencies are written in Roman numerals after the name of element. Okay, this is the way to write valencies, variable valencies. If one element is having only one valency, then no need to write the valency. But there are so many metals or so many elements which shows more than one valency. So in that case we have to mention the valency also in bracket with the help of Roman letter. Next topic is radicals. Radicals are also called ions. That ions also we have studied in 7th standard, cations and anions. So radical is an atom or a group of atoms containing positive or negative charge. Charged particles are also called ions. We can classify them as cations and anions. In 7th standard also we have learnt a list of cations and anions. Here in this picture you can observe the classification of radicals. Radicals can be classified into two parts, acidic radical and basic radical. Acidic radicals are those which have negative charge on it. Basic radicals are those which have positive charge over it. Acidic and basic radicals can be further divided into simple and compound. As you can see in the figure, in the picture, in the examples of simple and compound, you can very easily identify which one is simple, which one is compound. Simple radicals are those which consist of only one atom. Simple acidic radical examples you may observe: Cl negative, chloride ion, O2 negative. Negative charge is 2 unit but atom is single oxygen atom. This is called oxide ion or oxide radical, you can also say. The third example in case of simple acidic, that is N3 negative. This is the example of nitride ion. This is the way to write radicals. Symbol, as we used to write symbol, simply in that form we are supposed to write symbol, and at the top right hand side we are supposed to mention the charge. Compound, acidic compound radicals. First one is CO3 2 negative. CO3, the name for CO3 is carbonate. The second one is SO4 2 negative. And third one is PO4 3 negative. SO4 2 negative is called sulfate. PO4 3 negative is called phosphate. So these are the compound radicals because these are made up of more than one type of atoms. You can observe CO3, all in total 4 atoms are there, and this 2 negative charge is on the whole CO3. So this is called compound radical. Now comes to the basic radical. Basic radicals are those which have positive charge. The classification is again same, simple and compound. Simple, as you can see, all the atoms are single and different charges are there: H positive, Na positive, Ca2 positive, Al3 positive, hydrogen, sodium, calcium, aluminium. Next is compound, basic compound radical. Ammonium ion it is, NH4 1 positive. So these are the examples of radicals. They have charge over them. Cations and anions also, these are example of radical only. Cations are those species which have positive charge over them, and anions are those one which have negative charge. So acidic can also called anion, A for acid, A for anion. You can learn by this also. Basic radicals can be also called cations. One list is there in your book also. This is the list which is given in your book at on page number 54. Dear students, please do one correction. At the top it is written valencies of some basic radicals, and on table 5.5 it is written valencies of some acidic radicals. Please change it, valencies, to charge. Actually valency is the term which we will use or we are using for elements, but radicals can be classified as compound radicals also. Compound radicals does not have any valency, they have charge. Okay, then valency, in place of valency, the charge word is more appropriate. It is better than this valency. So by chemistry it will be okay. So this is the table. That table also you are supposed to learn, and one list maybe you are having, or I will send you a list of cations and anions, that also you are supposed to learn. These things you are supposed to learn. This is necessary to learn because to learn how to write formulae. In the next video we will learn how to make formulae. If you will already learned these ions or charges, okay, potassium has 1 positive charge, hydrogen has 1 positive charge, calcium has 2 positive charge, Aluminium has 3 positive charge, carbonate has 2 negative charge. If you will learn these things, then it will be okay and easy for you to learn how to write formulae. Okay, for today, thank you.